Hi, sport fans. Elmer Anderson here trackside at the beautiful Civic Auditorium in Honolulu, Hawaii, where we're joining the Eastern Warrior team battling the San Francisco Shamrocks in the first period of the game here. The score 9-1 favors San Francisco. We identify our teams here as the San Francisco Shamrocks on the dark jerseys on your screen, while the Eastern Warriors in the white jerseys. And right off the bat, here we go. Two of the great skaters in the Roller Game League, and Calvello being dumped to the track by Captain Judy Arnold of the Eastern Warrior team, a fine skater. Veteran of 7 years on the bank track. Judy signaling her teammates now. Slow that pack down, then they did. Here comes Judy, threading her way through, moving in. And she realizes she has more seconds left of the jam time and continues on. She's continuing to go on now. And she goes by, calling the play off. You saw the hands on the hips. And she picked up 5 great big Eastern Warrior points. And also on that play there was 2 San Francisco Shamrock points. And so our score now, 11 for the Shamrocks, 6 for the Warriors. And now the referee trying to get that pack intact. And you'll see Judy Arnold now getting that pack intact. You know, the Shamrocks, as we said, in the dark jerseys, are from San Francisco. And the Eastern Warrior team in the scarlet and white uniforms, white jersey. And this fine, exciting game now getting underway. And you know that the Eastern Warrior team will be coming your way very shortly. In October, we'll tell you more about that as the game progresses. They're shaping up, sharpening up for their invasion of the East Coast. So later on throughout the game, we'll tell you as to the location in the city nearby, wherever you may be. Here we go again. Judy Arnold moving out. And there we see the pack and getting good support from her teammates as Judy Arnold moving in. Closing in now, Calvello is defending. Fiery and Calvello, veteran of 19 years in the bank track, is watching. Great on defense. And Judy Arnold thinking there, she knows the problem now, how to get by, and Calvello. Calvello is determined, says come on in. And here comes Judy, and she did come in and right over and Calvello. And look at that teamwork as Judy Arnold prances through, hands on her hips, calls the play off. Now that ties up our score at 11 points apiece. Judy posting by, and it looks like there was a timeout called on the play. So you'll see the score all tied up 11 points apiece. So let's go back to our studios for these important messages. Here we are back again, and the men take over now for the second skating period. We'd like to remind you right now that you're going to be able to watch the Eastern Warrior team competing against all the teams in the National Roller Game League starting Wednesday, October the 4th, Cherry Hill Arena in Haddonfield, New Jersey. And then Friday we'll be on October the 6th at Philadelphia Arena at 45th and Market Street in Philadelphia. So you Delaware area fans, why, we'll be seeing you. Here we have Lara moving out for the San Francisco Shamrock team, followed by Roy Graham of the Eastern Warriors. Lara, he's short stature. And Graham was dropped. He stays down. He was dropped hard as Lara being warned by the official to cut out the rough stuff. Now Abel moves on in, very cautious. Number 54, Lara. And the Gandolfo for the Eastern Warrior team, number 67, defending. Lara's calling and signaling for some teamwork. And the Gandolfo's watching. And Graham was knocked down, and Gandolfo over Graham. That leaves a big opening now as coach Louie Sanchez will attempt to get his teammate in there. Graham became a late chaser. And Lara, he moved on in, scoring 4 San Francisco points. And oh, is he proud of that. However, the fans don't think so. Of course, that's 15 for the San Francisco Shamrocks, 11 for the Eastern Warrior team. There's little Abel. course, you Boston area fans, we'll be seeing you on Saturday, October the 7th at the Boston Arena, Boston, Massachusetts, and then on Sunday, October the 8th, the Ridge Arena in Braintree, Massachusetts. So we have a great big winter season coming up on the Eastern Seaboard. So be sure and watch your local newspapers and television stations for when we will appear in your city or nearby. The best way to enjoy this game is right on the edge of your seat, right at the arena. Here again is Abel Lara, and again, Roy Graham. Seems to be a man-to-man defense here. This time, Graham drops Lara, and is he unhappy? Jumping all over the place, fiery. Little skater, and Roy Graham very cautious now. He moves in. He knows maybe Lara might defend, however. He could have a problem, and oh, no sooner said than done than coach Louie the Tiger Sanchez, and you'll know why he was so aptly named the Tiger. Watch Louie, number 55, ruthless in his blocking. There's that leg block, now the shoulder block. He has a devastating, powerful leg block. He's holding him back. Graham's shaken up here, and there goes Louie throwing that leg block, another one. He's very capable, very deadly blocker with that leg block. Slowing Graham down. However, he went down himself, getting up faster. Graham trying to outrace him, but he's down again. And down again. Sanchez's timing was just right, catching the fallen skater on one foot. That's the proper time to block him, knock him down. There you see Roy Graham, and now you see Abel Lara, little Richard Brown moving over. The officials ready to stop everything, controlling the action here. Our two officials doing a fine job officiating here, keeping this game moving. There's Roy Graham. Looks like he was really shaken up. Going to the medical table there for attention from Tino Phillips, our trainer for both teams. Packing back attack here. Nip and tuck game here. Each team grabbing the lead for a point or two. The Eastern Warrior team, we're happy to report, has some rumors out. We're not privileged to divulge just what they are until they've been finalized, but you Eastern Coast fans are going to be more than pleased when you see the Eastern Warrior team appear in your city representing your area. There's little Richard Brown to watch the speed of this man. Abel Lara was knocked down, and this little guy can really travel. What an asset to the Eastern Warrior team. Little Richard Brown. He's one of the high point scorers of all time in his short career, 4 years in the bank track. He has not only ability, natural skating ability, but great agility. Now it's Vinnie Gandolfo, number 67, his teammate. They talk it over now. They see Louie Sanchez in front, and of course Louie spells trouble. And a reverse whip around Sanchez, done very quickly, and he's up to the bald eagle. Bob Hein tries the outside, the inside. Hein recovers, gets the lead. Little Richard looks around and figures out the play immediately, calls it off. And he picked up 4 points that play. Demonstrated great ability that time and jumping around side to side. Little Richard Brown racking up 4 more points. Resting there on the rail as that packet's back intact. And again, we have our score all tied up, 15 points apiece. Now the Eastern Warrior team, as we said, are beginning to shape it up and to bring to the East Coast the team league contender. They're doing a fine job with the management here. A number of players are ready to be signed, and we'll tell you more about them when they are finalized in a week or two. There we have 4 jammers moving out. Coach Sanchez, the bald eagle, Bob Hein. Vinnie Gandolfo on the play, along with Hein now. There they're dropped with a hard block. Gandolfo running off the track and being the leading jammer. That calls the play off, and Bob Hein coming after him. Hot-headed young skater. He gets fired up at the slightest block. However, this sport is most conducive to body contact. The roller game sport has a bit of all sports right in it. Teamwork of football, baseball, body contact of football, the penalties from hockey. So we have the packeting back intact. As you know now, the terminology here we use, you'll hear us from time to time calling out the pack is intact, and that's what you see right now, the pack. And when you hear us call about a jam, that means the jammer is that man who is breaking away right now, Ernie Claiborne. And to understand the game better, from the time he broke away, the timekeeper has the clock on. It says 75 seconds to circle that track and pass as many members of the opposite team as possible. And for every member that jammer passes in 75 seconds, they pick up 1 point. Number 52 is Ernie Claiborne. He's the only jammer. This the perfect way to explain this fast-acting sport. Now here's a secondary jammer, and Little Richard is going. Watch these little feet. They really pick up ground. Puts them up, lays them down, and really gains. However, before the second jammer could get there, the first jammer, Ernie Claiborne, picked up some points, and it looks like Little Richard thought he too had picked up points. He didn't like that call. Little Richard, he's screaming to the official here. He thought he scored, but the referee said no. Now we see Gandolfo being knocked down. He was knocked down by Bob Hein. There's Hein in the yoga position there, contemplating something. There goes Hein again now. As we said, he's full of fire, this young man. He's in the penalty box quite often. However, we haven't seen him there so far this period. And as we said, the score went up a little bit when they picked up that point. It's 19-15, and now big Bob Roberts was knocked down by Hein, and this big guy, he doesn't take it from him. He goes right after him. Bob Roberts. And Hein sits on the track in the safety behind his coach, Sanchez. Big Bob Roberts got hit, but he doesn't take much. He's a big one. Now this pack is getting back intact. Of course, the Warriors would certainly like to pick up a few points and keep that at least equal and a few ahead, because that's what counts at the end of the game, and that's record book. The whistle has sounded. There's 1-1 in front of the pack. Anybody can break out of there now that there is 1-1. That's the only way a jam can start, and it looks like with excellent teamwork, Little Richard got out. And they show excellent teamwork. Heads up skating here, and Little Richard with a little opening. Out he goes. Oh, he's an exciting skater. You Eastern Seaboard fans are really going to be thrilled when you see this young man skate. Oh, there's that problem again, and the problem, Louie the Tiger Sanchez. Sanchez locks him up to the rail. Keeps him up there. Gandolfo is looking. Sanchez signaling to the team, keep them all up there. Sanchez is handling this job here single-handedly. Little Richard knows it now. Richard is going to make contact again. Sanchez dumps him down, holds him down. If he's down for longer than 3 seconds, that automatically will call the play off. The lead jammer is knocked down for 3 seconds and does not arise. That play is called off. We'll try from time to time to reiterate some of the rules for you, rehash some of the plays to clarify this exciting game. The action is fast, might be confusing for first-time viewers. Now they knock him down again, and now Hein moves over, and here comes big Bob Roberts. He's the mother protector of that team. Referee Ed McConnell steps right in there, trying to stop it. There's Abel Lara. He had to put his 2 cents in. And there's little Lara showing his muscular form. He's only almost 5 feet tall. Looked like a little fire plug.